Cape Town City Ballet joining us from our Sea Point studios. Robin, good morning, welcome.
Thank you, good morning.
Robin, this might be, I don't think we'll find anybody who doesn't know the story of Cinderella, but for those that don't know, just give us a brief synopsis of this ballet.
It's the famous rags to riches story. Cinderella would like to go to the ball with her ugly sisters, but she doesn't have a dress that's perfect for the event. So she is rescued by her fairy godmother and swept away by the fairies to a wonderful magical ball in the second act. And she falls in love with Prince Charming. At 12 o'clock, midnight, everything is shattered and she's back in her kitchen in her rags. But she is rescued by her shoe. And the prince comes to her house searching for the lady who belongs to the other shoe he has. And the shoes match and they go on to live happily ever after.
For anybody who's familiar, and I mean with that brief synopsis, for those that that's familiar with the actual story of Cinderella, it's a musical event anyway. If you go back to the original Walt Disney productions, there was a musical element to it. How difficult is it to tell a story that most of us grew up with in the form of ballet, to make it relevant and entertaining at the same time, but staying true to the art form of ballet?
As a choreographer, I think the first thing you go for is the music. And Prokofiev wrote the most magical score for this story. So the music basically tells the story very, very clearly. And Veronica has, in her true comedy and classical and pas de deux style, has written the most magical ballet, which has really stood the test of time.
And that actually leads to my next question. Cinderella is one of those classic ballet stories. It's been around the world. It's been seen by millions around the world, and it never gets old. Why?
I think we all live in a kind of rags to riches fantasy world. You know, you want to be rich. The world wants to, and you want to be swept away in 24 hours. And it's a kind of 24-hour world we live in, and that's what Cinderella's about. Every little girl's dream to meet her prince and live happily ever after. And you're offering that within the space of 2 hours, a magical world of fairy tale and dance. And I think that's what's attracting the audiences.
Are we finding that with audiences that it's the same old audiences coming, or are they bringing along, I mean, a new generation? As a father, I'm sure that I would take my my 5-year-old little girl with. And are you finding that Cinderella is being as open to new audiences, or is it the same old, same old?
You know, we have our wonderful support system of the Friends of the Ballet, and they're there 100% for us because they believe in this ballet company. But it is the holiday season, and there are lots of tourists in Cape Town, and this is the perfect, light-hearted frivolity of entertainment for the tourists in Cape Town, and we're seeing a different crowd. When I'm in the auditorium, there are lots of foreigners, and that's wonderful, and I hope they keep coming to support the ballet and support the arts in Cape Town.
What is the part of this production that you enjoy the most?
I have been an ugly sister before, Daffodil, the mean green sister, and she is loads of fun to portray. And Veronica Paper is a magnificent comedy choreographer. And you really don't have to do much. It's all there. You just do the steps, and it's loads of fun. And the dancers who've been cast in the roles are really enjoying portraying the ugly sisters. They're an absolute scene stealer.
And your cast is just, let's talk about the cast very quickly. They're seasoned, they understand the points that make Cinderella so emotional and so unique.
Laura Bosenberg is one of her first leading roles, Cinderella, and she's being partnered by Thomas Thorne. They are connoisseurs in these characters of Prince Charming and Cinderella. But we have some debuts, Frida Menon with Daniel Shipkowski and Elizabeth Nienaber with Ivan Bunzar. They're debuting for the first time in these roles, and they've just taken to it like a duck to water. And the Ugly Sisters, we have Johnny Bovang as Violet. He's come to the role again. and it's just pure hystericalness on stage.
Robin, give us some details for anybody in the Cape Town area that want to come and watch it.
Dial a seat, CompuTicket. Tickets range from 120 Rand to 150, really keeping the prices low so you can bring the entire family. And it goes till the 10th of January, mostly on weekends, 2 o'clock on a Saturday, 7 o'clock on a Saturday, and 3 o'clock on a Sunday.
Robin, thank you very much for joining us from our Cape Town studios. That's the artistic director of the Cape Town City Ballet, Robin van Wyk, talking to us about Cinderella that's on at the Artscape. And I got to tell you, it's something you absolutely have to do and go and watch. We take an ad break.